Hello, welcome to Creating a Changing Conditions Line Graph in Microsoft Excel. Hello, my name is April O'Laurin Femi. Today, I will be casting a tutorial for creating a changing conditions line graph using Microsoft Excel software. Before we begin, I'd like to give you a little background information on how we use changing conditions line graphs. This first example shows temperatures collected over a recorded period of time using a table and then charted here with a changing conditions line graph. A second example of when a changing conditions line graph will be appropriate is utilized here in this value depreciation of a vehicle by Sarah. I've seen a lot of these type of graphs in the housing market. So they are great economic indicator factors to determine how value has appreciated or depreciated over a given time. And for a even more specific example, we utilize changing condition line graphs to measure student success when we are tracking their responses to intervention. So for student data collection for responses to intervention, we would utilize a changing line graph. In Excel, there are cells. They correspond to the columns here, represented by letters, and then the rows, represented here by numbers. Enter session trial numbers in column A. Begin in row 2, which is also cell A2, with number 0. When you are done, column A should be completed with the number of sessions or trials or days that you would be recording. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will be demonstrating how to create a changing conditions line graph for the purpose of tracking response to intervention data. Beginning in column B, which is also cell B1, you are going to write baseline. And then for column C, you're going to write intervention. And I also have another intervention here, and you can do that all the way across if that is something that you desire to do. All right, as you can see here, I have entered data in the corresponding columns and rows for my session, my baseline data, my intervention 1 data, and my intervention 2 data that I could possibly be working with a student on. For example, session 1 in baseline will be recorded in cell B3. Session 2 has been recorded in cell B4 and so forth. Now, the next thing I am going to do is to move my mouse so that the cursor kind of looks like a little cross here. If I can show you, there it is. And that is in A1. I am going to left click and hold while dragging diagonally down and to the right until all of the data are highlighted. And then I'm going to release the left click. Okay, so I'm going to release left click. Drag diagonally down. And I'm going to wait until it is highlighted. Let's try it again. And there we are. Once we have highlighted all of our data on our changing conditions line graph, I've highlighted the sessions here in column A, my baseline data in column B, my intervention 1 data in column C, and my intervention 2 data in column D. I am now going to begin my line graph. So depending on which version of Microsoft Office you have, it may look a little different than mine. So I'm going to go here to insert, and once I click insert, I'm going to click on chart, and now I have a nice little menu, and I'm currently here on charts. And what you are going to look for is the 2D line with markers, and that is this one. And I'm going to click that button. And this is what my chart looks like. I have my data charted. I'm going to move it down. And now I have my changing conditions line graphs, and it is color coded by the areas in which I have indicated to separate the information. As you can see here, I have my days that I have been charting, or my sessions. And across here, I have the percentages or amounts or scores on my baseline and intervention data. So blue here represents the baseline, red represents intervention 1, and then the green represents intervention 2. Thank you very much for watching my screencast on how to create a changing conditions line graph using Microsoft Excel. Remember, you need to have your information organized, and you also need to make sure that you have your days aligned here. Your baseline data should be right behind, and then your interventions. Thank you.